Hello, hello. Welcome back, guys. It's Joshua Sohn, and we are composing live on a new episode. This is episode 144. At some point, I'm just going to not count anymore and just put it in the descriptions. But anyways, we've been doing 144 live streams, so that's really cool. I'm having a lot of fun with these live streams. I hope you guys are getting some value out of this while we compose live. Lately, we've been doing some covers, and I have been in a series of Japanese composers lately. In previous live streams, I've done Tank by Yoko Kanno from the Cowboy Bebop anime, and then I did another Yoko Kanno before that from Wolf's Rain. We're actually going to be on the video game side of things today, so we're not doing film, we're doing video game score. And this is from one of my favorite childhood games of all time, Final Fantasy VII. For those of you who grew up in that era, you probably know this theme. It's called Aerith's theme from Final Fantasy VII. And she is a central character in the story, and it's kind of a sad theme and something that I think we can do a lot with. And so I'm going to go ahead and press play on the original. This is the OG, by the way. So we're actually doing the original recording. It sounds very MIDI heavy, very synthetic, but it has some good notes. Let's try it. And then from here it repeats. And as you may know, with video game scores, it's something that loops generally. So like especially in those old games, RPG games, you're exploring a town or something, and the music has to play through, and once it finishes, it just loops back, and it just keeps going and going while you're exploring the town. And this is no different. Even though it's a character theme, sometimes that would play while you're going through a level of some kind. But yeah, so that is the Aerith's theme. As you can see, all the notes here, something I transcribed while just listening through. And Guy Shard, hello there. Yeah, I'm doing well. How are you? My other half is doing well as well. Thanks for asking. Yeah, we're just getting ready, and I'm pumped up for the wedding that's coming up. So, anywho, yeah, with this particular melody and the harmonies and chord progressions, it's really beautiful. When I was in college, I used to play vibraphone, and I remember plunking it out on the vibraphone for a while, and I just didn't really understand harmony back then as I do now. And I still think this is a very unique type of sound. I mean, it sounds like there's like a ninth or like a suspended second in that. So like I'll play, in a D chord, you have so there's that added second or ninth, and it just goes to A minor. Anyways, it's beautiful. I just there's something about those notes that Nobuo Uematsu chose, and and as it progresses, everything's centered around that. But then there's like a B section, and so, but I should mention the ending on the second half is pretty cool too. It's like, let's see if I can just, let's play the chords here. And then just goes to the D. So that B flat G minor thing is really interesting because I mean it could go to C chord instead of that G minor, but instead of going from B flat to C, it goes B flat to G minor, and I think that's cool, like a flatted 4 to a 1. Plagal cadence, I think it's called still, even though it's a minor 4. Anyways, I think it's so unique. And then over here, I haven't actually analyzed chords on this part. So maybe what we'll do is we'll do a little bit of analyzing because it'll help me figure out all the harmonies and stuff as I fill them out as time goes on. And then we'll go from there. So if you guys are liking this, by the way, if you're watching my videos in the past, if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. All of that does help me. Like the video. If you're on the Twitch side, please subscribe on that as well. Spread the word. Here we go. So this one, we're going to listen to the MIDI, the very MIDI-heavy soundtrack again. But we're going to just listen to the harmonies and the chord progression. So that's probably a B minor. Let me solo this. Yeah, so I'm just going to quickly plunk these in and write them in as we go. Next. So this timing is not 100% perfect. Okay. So here we go. Probably a F minor. So let's do F, or I should say F sharp minor, and then I think this is just D. No? Oh. That, actually G major chord. Okay, and it goes now to that D major. I'll just do block chords, no bass line, and then probably F sharp minor. Let's just listen. Okay, F sharp minor. Probably B minor. And then probably just does it again, F sharp minor. Let me just double check if this is a B minor chord. So going back. Well, I was wrong. It's a G major. Okay, and then over here, let's see if it's G major again. Yep. And voice exchanges to violin. Okay, so. I'm guessing it's goes D to B minor, and then F sharp minor. Okay. Yeah, here's your D major. It could be G major here, so I'll go back. I think it's a G major chord actually, not B minor. There's your F sharp minor. Okay, listen to that bass line. So there's an E in there. It's probably an A major chord. I'm gonna put an E bass line in that inversion. And then it goes to the A after, like that. So let's just double check this chord again. I think it's just the A major chord. And then this next part, it's not F sharp minor probably. It's probably da 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 da. I'm gonna say, I don't know. I'm gonna say G major, but let's see if it's right. Okay, there's your G major. And then this part, it just moves up. It's still in G, but I'll just put like a inverted chord there, and then back to your D major. Cool. And then there's this last part. It's the same thing. Let's see here. It's probably F sharp minor starting here. So I'm just gonna copy this. All right, or let's see if I'm right. So we could maybe, because there's nothing harmonizing around that note right here, and the notes I'm highlighting here, you could say it could be like just still in D. It could also, you can change it to like a G or a B minor. So I'm gonna delete that, and that'll be more ambiguous for now. We'll figure that part out, and then let's figure this part. So I think I have to bring this over here. Oh. And so I'll still delete that. There's your G major chord. And then, great. Okay, so we figured out our chords. This is where it repeats. Very important to do, I think, in my opinion, understanding the harmonies, at least the basic harmony, like, you know, even if it's not the 7th chords or the 11th chords of the piece, at least get the bass line or some kind of basic triad harmony, and you can fill it in as you go. That's how I do it. nothing has changed in my other videos. So if you ever are thinking about, transcribing and covering your own stuff, I highly recommend it just because that's how you get better. You learn from the masters, all your favorites, all your heroes, and then eventually you do it enough and it kind of, becomes a part of you. I'm doing it on a very weird level. This is unusual because composing is kind of like performing, and it's kind of like improvising, but on a very slowed down, like snail um, progress or snail speed. So I mean, this is for very select people out there that really like doing this. It's not for everyone. If you're a jazz improviser, you're kind of doing things on the fly. This is like the complete opposite. You're doing things on the fly, but you're thinking about it and you're really analyzing, and eventually you write something and complete it. In this case, we're sort of just dissecting it, right? But my point is, you'll get better as you do more of these. Okay, so let's we're now that we have a lead sheet basically here, and the chords, the melody chords. Now we can start diving into the choices we'll be making. I thought it'd be fun to add piano. In this recording, there is like a harp. It's kind of doing. Um, it's doing that, and I think that's cool. And we'll keep the harp going. And I thought I got this Woodchester library from Fracture Sounds, and I thought it would be good to experiment with that too. So I'm gonna just play around and come up with some ideas. Okay, so what I like about this library in particular, Woodchester by Fracture Sounds, is there's this like Atmos pad that you can play on top of the piano. I did a video live stream last week on another library that they made, but I should also shine a light on Fracture Sounds Woodchester because it's one of my favorite piano libraries. I've used it in the past. I never actually got it until, or personally got it myself, but at another studio I worked at, we used Woodchester all the time. And so I was like, okay, I got to get this for myself finally. Anyways, it's a cool library in that it has a pad, like actually has 3 pads, and I can show you what it looks like over here. We have here piano. There you go. So I just want to geek out for just a second. Right over here you have the layers, and you can use a mod wheel to increase the pads that are right over here on this side with the raw dream clouds. Anyways, we might use some of that. We may not, but it's fun to just kind of tinker around, to be honest, and just get that going. So we'll do that a bit more. Hey, Jamie. Awesome. Yeah. It's good to see you. Nice to meet you. So, all right, let's go on. If we're going to do piano, piano usually kind of takes front and center stage with the orchestra, I feel. So I don't know. I'm just debating if I should make it more orchestral or kind of have like a centerpiece of piano. I'm gonna go to the next section real quick. Let me pull up my cheat sheet here. Okay, good. And let's see if I can arm this guy again. There you go. And then there's like a there's like a moving inner voice here somewhere. We'll have to figure that out. And then keep it going. Oops. And then, so there's a G chord right here I forgot to put down. So you can hear the difference with the other sample. I have the Alicia keys in that area, but if I click in it, then it arms that on accident. Oops. So how does that? Oh, maybe it's 2 measures. Okay, all right. Okay, so let's do a little bit of a thing here. So maybe that Atmos is a bit much. I'm just thinking if I could try to make that work with, because I feel like once you add that in, it almost has to play through the entire song just because it's so rich. And so maybe we just do the basic one. And then that way it gives us room to add the strings and other stuff without it being not the center of attention. Okay, so let's try that approach. We'll play the piano. Oops. Okay, and then let's see how that goes. Oh, sorry. You know what? Let me turn this guy off. Okay. Okay, and then I'm gonna play the second half. Maybe we decorate that a little more. And go down. I'll try again. And then, there we go. It's really interesting, that G minor chord there, because you don't see it anywhere else in the second half, which is kind of throwing me off, but it's cool. So One more time. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll keep going. Okay, so let's add that second half and see if I can do that. Try again. Okay, not bad. I think I'm gonna change the voicing here. So instead of going, how do I do that? I'll go. Like that. I'm gonna go just a little bit slower on that part. Yeah, so there we might bring that E up. Okay, good. Now, volume-wise, sometimes I always forget that I have my headphone volume at a certain level, but I should also just gauge the levels in the, and that's why I have this meter here, because sometimes it's a little quiet. I've gotten people saying, "Oh, it's too quiet," but that looks pretty good, right? That's strong. I think we could actually dial that down a little bit. So what we can do now, I brought it up to around the peak of the CC7 data. So let's bring that down about here. About -6, that's good. Probably don't want to go any higher than that. Cool. And you know what I love about that library, if you listen close, there's like just these like analogy noise, if that makes sense. There's like creaking of the chairs, and you can hear the strings. And this is actually sampled from James Everingham's piano, from what I understand. So that's really cool. Hey, Sam's in the house. Hello, hello. Oh, it's good to see familiar faces and friends. With that being said, let's go ahead and add the next layer of this. So maybe with this solo piano thing that I'm doing, I'm just gonna add the harp in and see how that sounds. Let's try maybe outlining chords here. Okay, so first half is okay. Let's keep that going. Let's try something like that. Is that the best voicing? Oh, thanks, guy. Yeah, with the volume, awesome. Okay, let's try this. 3. Something like that. Let me try again. Oops. Okay, and then we'll see if the harp can needs anything else right there on the ending of that phrase. But let's move on. So now let's do some strings, and I'm probably gonna, you know, sometimes when I cover, I go note for note and I try to replicate or be true to things. On this one, I don't know if I should rearrange this a little more than it is with the recording, especially at the end because it loops and stuff. I don't know how I'll do that, but I do like how it starts, and I don't know if I want to change the intro too much. This is the way I remember the soundtrack at least, and so I kind of like how it just starts strong with the piano there. But I don't know. There's all sorts of arrangements you can hear on Spotify or other platforms where you have like the orchestral versions. You have covers. There's all sorts of really cool arrangements of this. So I'm just kind of thinking out loud. Maybe I do more of a straightforward one for this one, but we'll play around maybe with some ideas of rearranging as well. Okay, now we have some strings here. Let's actually play around with just a pad. I'll actually just use my pedal here. Oops. I'll play along. Okay, all right. So let's use some maybe 4-part here. Okay. It's kind of hard to control that volume. It's not as smooth as my faders with my hands, but it actually helps me open up my hands to do other things. So let's see here. Let's move this over here. Okay. Well, I might have to change some notes around. It worked pretty well, actually. It sounded okay. If I were to do anything. Okay, so let's try that. Maybe we end on that D. Okay, so let's now change up the pedaling here, or not when I say pedaling, the faders. Okay, so we got this, and boom. All right. Actually, Spitfire has one more of these. I forget. I'm gonna just put this up automatically. That's for the vibrato. Not bad. I can go louder. Okay, there's going to be a pickup note right here at this measure 11 here. Okay, so let's add the string idea that I have here and orchestrate that out into my CSS. Sometimes I like to just keep the pad in like the Spitfire one. In fact, oops. You know what I should do before copying this over? I should probably overlap them just a little bit. Bring this over. And I start just a little earlier. It helps doing that all on a global level. That way I can just orchestrate this. We'll see how the bass does, but let's go in now. Just quickly delete and go. Violin 2. Actually, let me go back to that one. Emperor of Cheese, hello. How are you? Let's see. So this is viola. Yeah. Let's see. Viola. So I kept the viola on the second voice. I might actually bring in a third like this. Second viola and second cellos. How about we add that in? And let's just play around with this. So, alright. And then this is cello. So either the third voice or the bottom. Probably bottom. Bass. Let's actually bring this here, bring this down here. And let's just hear how it sounds like right out of the box without any editing per se. What I'm going to do is cellos are splitting with the viola. So like top cello 1 and viola 1 should be playing something similar. Nope, it's viola 2 and cello 1. They're playing the same thing. Okay, let's see how that sounds. Yeah, doing well, man. Okay, cool. So that's one idea. If we double the violins there, it gives it a little bit more oomph. Okay, so then what would be fun is if with the violin 2, maybe we bring violin 2 down and just fill in some of the gaps, so to speak, but like overlap on some of the other times. Now, I was thinking about maybe keeping this note here. Okay, there's an overlapping note that's not sounding. Okay, good. And then this violin 2, maybe we can just fill that in. Okay, it sounds okay. So a few things to do in CSS when it comes to these libraries. You gotta add the legato, and then let's just check our velocities. Make sure that all the velocities are the same. You know, this is a slow enough tempo that maybe the advanced legatos would actually be beneficial. So let's try that. Let's try the advanced legatos from the Cinemax Studio Strings CSS. And I'm actually going to switch that to legato advanced and just see how that sounds. When you go on a lower velocity for this library in particular, it has a slower legato time or legato speed, but we do need to bring the velocity down. Okay. Something like that, right? And some of the overlaps are actually not sounding. Something like that. So the bass might be maybe I will need to change some of that too. The red one is Spitfire, and it's kind of weird because it's like doubling as acting like a layer, but it's like also my master key here. All right, let's hear how that sounds now. Okay, all right, so a couple other things that we might need to do is because this library or this soundtrack is a little bit slower, I'm gonna add more time to this. So in my sends, we'll bring up like to 4 seconds, sure, and maybe also on top of that we bring up our sends a bit more. So yeah, it's coming along. Let's play around just one more thing. I'm actually curious. Let's see. If I were to redo some of this, so like let's say I got rid of the faders on that part, and just redo this a bit with the CSS library. Ideally, you probably want to go individually. Let's try that. So, because there's just something, it sounds a little bit too, I don't know, homogeneous. So maybe we need to bring up some voices, and let's just see how that goes. Let's try that pass. Sorry, I need to change this. All right. Hey, thanks, Emperor of Cheese. Oh, also, you know what I need to do for all of these? We need to put vibrato. That's another thing. I wish by standard, that's why it sounds a little off to me. There's no vibrato. And CSS, you have to add vibrato with CC2 data. That's going to help. Okay. Cool. All right, let's try again. Now, this is where I'm going to play around and try different notes. It makes sense to go to that D actually because the piano's doing that too. Let's try again. Make sure that this is overlapping. Yeah. Sometimes it doesn't overwrite, which kind of sucks because then you have to either do the paint by number thing and just retrace this. But yeah, usually it should record over. Anyways, that kind of messes with the sound if you don't fix that. Next. Interesting. Okay, so what's happening is the first overlap between these three notes are kind of behind the beat. So what I'm going to do is bring this forward just a bit. And then at the end it sounds fine. This one's hard because it's the same note. Still a little bit behind the beat on some of this, like this one was behind the beat. There you go. Let's check this one. And you know, partly it's maybe not exactly on the grid because I'm not playing the piano on the grid either, so that's one factor too. Okay, next. But you can hear how, maybe, I'll just redo it. So you can hear how this also is just a little bit behind the beat. So let's push that forward. We'll have to probably do that with everything. Okay, great. This note is the same as the cello. So cello 2, or I should say cello 1 is the same as viola 2. So I'll just copy that over. Let's just make sure the volume's good. It might be a tad loud, so maybe I'll just bring that down, and then let's try the next one. Viola 1 is by itself, I believe. All right, sorry, unmute. There you go. Okay, so right here, it would be cool to do some of those voice cascading. Let's see. So I'm gonna just try this and see how it sounds. All right. As you can see, it's really behind the beat. So let's yeah, do that. All of this has to be pushed forward. Try again. Nice. Okay, so that sounds better. You know, one thing I just realized is this is kind of something I need to remember, but I guess we'll just keep it like this for now. Is the velocity? Yeah, duh. So if you bring up the velocity, then this will actually change the legato time. So now this is going to be in front of the beat. Yeah. So you know what I need to do? I'm just wondering if I should just do that now. Yeah. Okay. It's not that hard actually. So I'm gonna go forward just a bit, and let's play around with that idea. So I need to use this. So add that in and go 20. Hey Samuel. Awesome. Good to see you, man. Okay, so you'll notice that these aren't all on the same event start, but that's fine. I think that's gonna really help. And then yeah, same thing. Just add the velocities. I guess I didn't do that on a global level. So anyways, that's the idea. I'll have to remember that as I do more of these. Okay, so same thing here. I'm gonna push it back to where it was, around there. Okay, and then I'll just go like this, something around there. This isn't overlapping. Yeah, these need to overlap. Moving on, that's going to help, and then doing the same thing here. So instead of what I was doing and pulling it back, I'm just going to do that. And let's see how this goes. So I'm going to do 2 more. I know this is very laborious and just for 5 measures, but it really adds a difference, I think, than what I was just doing before. one's also behind the B, as you can hear. So maybe on that, bring this velocity up. Still a bit late, I feel. Some of these are not overlapping. Okay, great. And then last one. So this part is a little weird to me because of the same note. I can't remember. I think with CSSU, well, this does some weird stuff too. Anytime I add a sustain pedal programming, it gets stuck. So there's got to be a different. Yeah, that's the pedal. Let's see. I don't know. I'm just gonna change from legato advance to legato. And we'll get them to be legato like that. Let's try it again. That's better. Okay. All right. So now that we have that, let's bring this other Spitfire core library back. Okay, so that's Spitfire. I also have Pacific. So let me try Pacific ensemble strings, and I think they both layer great. Either Spitfire and CSS or Pacific and CSS. I think they're both great. I've actually wrote 2 albums just in the last 3 weeks or so with the Spitfire and CSS, and I really like the results. Before in the past, I've done Pacific, and it's awesome too. So I'm gonna actually try Pacific for now and just see how this goes. I'm gonna delete all of these guys, and then I'm also going to add this thing I did before. Like that. Okay. Let's try again. I might actually try it just soloed. This is a bit louder, so I'm gonna bring that down. Cool. Let's try again. Cool. And then let's put this D in there. Cool. Now let's listen to that compared to this other one, this Spitfire, and let's make a decision on which one we like better. You can just add all 3, why not? But let's see. Okay. So I kind of like both. See the Spitfire, I say SFSS, the Spitfire library is a bit more warm. And it kind of sounds more cinematic to me. The other one, it just has so much mid-high range. It's bugging me a little bit. And that's just because the CSS also has that. So I'm going to do this one. Okay. Anyways, let's see how that goes. We're gonna also now layer some woodwinds and maybe some brass. Um, we had some questions. Guy shared as, are we going to be treated with a new album in the near future? Yeah, you know it. There will be 4 albums coming out. I wrote 2, like in the first 2 months, and the last month has been kind of weird. I was working on a documentary and a short film, but I was asked to do some music for a reality TV show. So that one you won't see anywhere. That the first 2 you will, which will be coming out soon. I'm really excited to showcase that for you guys. It should be out on Spotify eventually, but for now everything's under wraps, and yeah, the first 2 libraries will be bangers, so to speak. So I hope you guys like it. All right. With that being said, let's go to this other question we had real quick before I go on. Samuel Vargas says, "Have you used Spitfire chamber strings much?" I have, yeah, yeah. Those chamber strings are great. Um, I just never got around to purchasing it myself. When I was an assistant, I worked for another composer for 3 years, and I used a lot of their stuff, and they had Spitfire chamber strings, and we used it quite a bit actually. So it's a great library. Okay, so before we go to this next section, which is measure 11, back on measure 5, I'm just gonna add a melody. So maybe with the woodwinds we do just like a solo thing. See here. Oboe. Maybe flute. Let's see. Maybe let me try the CSS actually. It might be a little better. Okay, so I might have to change some things up actually. Now that I've listened to all of this, this is all nice, but I think what I need to do is actually trim this down a bit. So like maybe, hey, let's see. Maybe we get rid of that top line. That's doing a pad thing, and we play that together with the flutes. Let's try a little bit of that together and see how it sounds. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Let me just double check the notes. So, what is this? Oh, here is D4. So D4 is here. Yeah, so that works. Maybe we double it down here real quick with the cello or viola too. Just thinking how to do this. I'm just going to move some things around and see how this works. it's kind of cool to maybe add that now in there. Yeah. As we're doing this, I'm just kind of reevaluating. We might need to reinforce this melody a little bit more that way. There's a couple things I'll need to do. Okay, so either that's violin 2 or viola. I'm thinking we do this. Let me just see. So yeah, violin 2 is up here. So maybe we actually put in viola. And then let's just fix the timing on this a bit. Yeah, I quantize this, hard quantize. I should have done a soft, but yeah, let's see that. Okay, and then with the clarinet, it might be just a bit shrill and bright, so I'll bring some of this down. Let's try also this. I had brass band soloist last time, and it would be cool to add that in. I added this recently into my template, so that's all in there now. Let's turn it on and see how it sounds with like a flugelhorn or a tenor horn, which would be interesting because that's not really in the orchestra, tenor horn, but let's see. That's kind of cool. It almost sounds like a French horn. Now we just got to bring that up. Oh yeah, and of course I flipped this. I gotta change that on these. Okay, so we're getting there. I'm gonna solo this. Just hear it by itself. Let's add that expressive legato that the Fracture Sounds offers. Okay. This one's just in front of the beat too much. Sorry. Yes, actually I need to bring that in front of the beat. Okay. Good. Okay. Awesome. We're going to now do this. We're gonna add the first violins and flutes and maybe oboe, and see how that goes. So I probably will opt to just bring it up an octave like this, and then do something, either just the oboes, yeah, and CSW. All right, so then this is what it sounds like. Oh, so I gotta do this one. There you go. Okay, so bring this to oboe and bring this one to the flutes. Let me put my mic up just a little bit. Okay, here we go. Cool. All right. It's a bit loud. So I think the reason why it hits so hard is because the velocity needs to go down. Sorry. There's all sorts of things happening here. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what happened here. Okay. Good. So I just gotta fix this one. And then I'm hearing maybe oboe a bit loud. Oh yeah, that's because this one didn't change with the flute. So there's the flute, there's the oboe. There you go. Okay, so maybe what we do is do this do 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 twice. Right there. So we do that twice, and we could vary that just a bit. All right, cool. Sorry. I think we're okay here. One other thing I'll add is the bassoon, and you'll double that with the euphonium. Euphonium or trombone. Let's say trombone. Let's do tuba would be, yeah, let's add the tuba and the trombone. I'm not sure if I'll add tuba in on this part. Where am I looking? SFSB. SF, there you go. So maybe just a 2. And then, what was I gonna do? Oh yeah, the bassoon. Okay, so I'm gonna turn these guys on. There's also French horn. I mean, at some point we're gonna do horn anyways. I thought the brass band solos would be nice just in general, but how about we do our traditional stuff as well? The sonority would be really good for this one. S-N-S-O-N-R. Yeah, there you go. And even maybe the trumpets. S-N-O-R. Okay, so let's turn all these guys on. Hopefully I have enough RAM and my other computer to load these up. Once I've got the CS stuff, the Cinemax Studio stuff, it adds a lot of RAM. So we should be okay though. Okay, so let's see. How should we do this? Maybe what we can do here is was it this? No, it's here. So this viola 2 we could maybe either put it in the horns. And then just make sure they're not so forward or in front of the beat. Okay. Okay. It's kind of cool up there, but it might sound even better down. Okay, so there's that. So we have this viola and this one. Oops. Maybe we bring this one into here as well. Oh yeah, but it can't be legato anymore. Let's do sustain. So to get around that, maybe we actually go to a different library. We could just bring it down to a trombone and have trombone play something like that. So then let's just add some other notes here. So we have this one playing that one. Okay, so let's see. Let's put this one. This is probably cellos, second cellos and first cellos. This is where it gets a little dicey. So maybe here. I don't know why this one's so early, but okay. Maybe we just add this in, these thirds. Okay. All right. Okay, so I was thinking, should we add tuba in there? We could just add tuba with this and just do that just to reinforce. Or we can go an octave lower. Okay, we'll add tuba. All right. So there's that. Now the bassoon would be maybe the last instrument. I mean, we're missing trumpet and whatnot. We don't have to add every single instrument here. But let's see. Bassoon would be nice. I think maybe we can give some bassoon love here by having them play the melody. Let's just for the hell of it and see how it sounds. It's kind of interesting. Okay, and then we can solo all our woodwinds. Make sure it's balanced. Sounds pretty good. So sounds like the flutes and oboe are rushing just a bit compared to the bassoon. That could just be because the bassoon's behind the beat. But I'm gonna push this forward just a bit. I think that sounds a lot better now. It's orchestrated. It's not just pad and piano. In this case, the strings are more active with the woodwinds, and yeah, of course, brass. So I think we're good to move on. So let's try the next part. The next part would be this melody here, and I knew I would spend a lot of time somewhere in this section, and of course it's just the first 10 bars. That's why I said part 1 for this series. I just knew I wouldn't finish this all in one sitting, so I'll plan on another stream next week, probably around the same time, 8 p.m. Thursday. So be sure to be there if you want to see how this arrangement ends. Let's try and starting this next section though, because there's a lot more involvement and voice exchange happening here. So first off, let's just look at the melody. Okay, so on those parts where there's a big long note, there are like inner voice or contrapuntal, counterpoint, whatever you want to call that. Over here, let's look at that. Okay, so maybe we'll add that in down here. And we'll just delete all of these notes. Sometimes doesn't cooperate with me. There you go. So, well, not that one. There you go. Okay, so I'm going to just add the counterpoint in red, or whatever color it's going to give me. How about actually, let's do green. So on this, I'm going to highlight both now and go. So I think it starts right on that beat. Okay, so it's an octave higher. As you can see, it starts on that same note, C sharp. No, I was wrong. So it actually starts off of the beat. And was there a harmony there? Oh, interesting. You know what I'm thinking is this is harmonizing with this. Let me hear. Go back. Interesting how it goes. Da na 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 na. It's like that. Okay, and of course we have to get out of there before the next phrase. All right, let's listen to the next phrase. That sounds like an accordion or something, but in reality it's probably the brass for this MIDI. Whoa. Okay, so there you go. Oops. Okay, let's double check those notes. So here we have something like that. I'm not sure which beat it changed on the very end there. Yeah, it's something like that. Okay, and there's harmonies with that counterpoint, so it's like, what chord are we in? So this is why I have this, just so I can just know right away, okay, this is a G chord. I'll put the volume or velocity, sorry, just a little bit less. Compress, well, let's go 50. Okay. Let me go down a bit. E. And then I'm not sure about this part. I'm just gonna mute it. But at least there was some kind of harmony. I mean, it could be C sharp or right. It could be like that, or it could it can be even higher. That sounds a little more accurate to me. But that part's kind of a tricky one. So, I mean, that's up to the arranger, I guess. What's more important is the notes on that B. So maybe I'll keep it up here and have that reattack. Okay, all right, so let's listen to this part. So the same notes. Same thing here with this oboe or English horn. Oh, actually, it's gotta go back. There. Okay. All right. Next part. One more time. Right there. So it's an octave lower. Okay. And then there might be some stuff above it. There you go. Okay, there's probably a B in there too. Anyways. So yeah, and then there's this, I would say it's an important harmony or counterpoint, but so it's way down here. Let me listen one more time. Like that. And then probably F sharp. All right, keep going. And where does it go there? Maybe a B or a G? B. And that's where that E comes from, that A over E. Let's listen to this. probably goes to the G. I don't think it goes to the E, but maybe reattacks. And then G. It looks like that it goes to D. Oh no, actually it goes to E. What chord is that? Well, let's listen. Huh. So this is actually a 2 chord. I got this wrong. 7. It's like an E minor 7 chord. Okay. And then this is the slow part, I think. Sorry, that's a little bit off on the beat there. So this is just a solo. Maybe we keep it like that or not, but that's fine. Okay, so there we go. We figured out more things in there. That'll be very important. Okay, so it sounds like there's like a clarinet or maybe oboe MIDI sounding woodwind instrument, and we're going to have to pick one, or it could be both. It could be clarinet and oboe. That'd be kind of fun. But either way, we'll figure out that and put the stuff underneath and go from there. Hey Sam, I gotta go to bed. He says, "Well, have a great night. Appreciate you watching." And what time is it? 9:40. Okay, well, we got some time. So let's go and noodle around again. Here's the piano. Let's pull my cheat sheet up again. Do this, and then there you go. So I'm just gonna mess around and get some ideas. Gotta get my accidentals. And then it goes again. So right there, everything comes off. Do a crescendo here. So this sounds like that's actually a B minor chord. And there should be some kind of harmony there. Oops. Hello. Where am I? So over here. Let me just hear one thing. So I should probably put some of this in here too. I'm missing some information. So I should add some things here, just so I have a better idea of what's going on. Okay. It might be F sharp, but yeah. So here. Okay. So that's important. Okay. So 2 of those, and then it holds out till about here. Okay, and then what's happening there? There's some descending line. Right there. So it's right on that part. Okay, let's hear that now. Okay, and then there should be something else, probably a lower note. Right there. Oh, it comes off. One more time. Yeah. Yeah, and that's what we'll go just in the front of the beat, I guess. Okay. Yeah, more information. It's not I don't have every single note, but these are things I need to just make sure is there. I feel will help out just with the voicing and all that. So, okay. Anywho, this gives me a good idea where we are. First off, let's go back and listen to just this last part, and then we'll decide where we go from here. Oh, sorry. We're hearing doubling of notes because of this is on, so. Okay, so this would be kind of nice as a format where now I realize this is just kind of going. Maybe I just keep going, you know, something like that. Oopsie. Yeah, I'll do that better. But yeah, let's maybe start there, and then I'll just do my left hand stuff for a bit and see how that goes. Hey, Dwarf Allah, welcome. Actually, let's try again. Let's try again. Hey. It's hard to see with this microphone in my face. Something like that. So I'm just gonna play around with this. I kind of freaked out there on the page turn, so to speak, when I was trying to see what was next. But I'm just gonna actually use this as a test and just see what we can do with other instruments. First off, let's try a little bit of this. Something like that would be fun. Let's try that. Yeah, so let's now go to the next part. I'll fix one note. There's some flub notes here. Well, that's weird. When I I'm so confused. When I delete that, it's pushing these notes in. Do I have some weird setting here? It's probably this. What is that? What am I? Oh, I'm on shuffle mode. That's why. Okay. Whew, that scared me. Yeah, never be in shuffle mode unless you're just making a playlist or something with your WAV files. Yeah. Did I have any other flub notes here? Let's see here. Okay, let's try to mess around with that. Keep going. We'll try oboe and clarinet. How about that? Let's see if I can memorize this line. It really helps if I could play it through with without looking at this. Okay, let's see if I can remember that. Okay, so it does outline chords. That helps. Let's see if I can do it from memory. Get rid of this. Okay. Let me fix something here. Let's try this one actually instead. It's where you can hear like some of those notes coming in and out. We'll fix some of the tuning too. Okay, let's try it. Good. Okay. So I think that'll work. We can do something like that. It doesn't have to be the woodwinds either. It could be something else, but that was my first initial thought. We could try a different clarinet. Let's see, maybe a more expressive one with vibrato even. Some people really hate vibrato in clarinets for classical music. Can't really hear it anyways, so that's okay. Yeah. Is this on? It is, okay. Another thing is maybe the oboes are a bit loud, just in general, so maybe I can bring this down just a bit and see if that doesn't come through as much. Okay. Yeah, it's coming along. Let's do this too. Before I record anything, I might want to just touch up some of these. All right, there is. To me, that's rushing. Interesting. Well, at least the harp sounds a little rushing, but it's not visually. I guess both of these right here are doing something there. There you go. A little bit nice and push and pull there. I like that. So right there is a little off. Maybe even there too, just a bit. Not so much. Let's see here. Yeah. So should I just finish this? So maybe while we're here, let's go back and just finish this off. At least until Do 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 do. Do do do. Do 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 do. Okay, yeah. So somewhere around here, I'll just finish this off. Okay, let's see if we can do better. Yeah, because it has crescendo there. Right, something like that. What if I, let's see. Just a little bit more. Yeah, I think we just need a little push there. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna finish that off with the harp as well. I gotta do B. Could try that. Let's try that. Okay. Hopefully that is enough. We'll add like some tenuto strings right there too, marcato tenuto, and then okay, let's do the melody. Let's play around with that melody some more. Try again. I see. So if we're gonna play those notes, we need to come off of it a little earlier, like that. Okay, and then droop, droop. I hate when this happens. It keeps jumping around. Okay, so do that. Let's try playing it again. There you go. And then it goes. Like that. Okay, so let's try it. That's a little, I think I played that lower, an octave lower last time. I don't know actually. Well, let's try it. That sounded good to me. Oh, I see. The reason why I'm not hearing the oboe is because I'm in here. So I need to come out here. Let's just do merge mode. Good. Let's bring up the clarinet volume just a bit. Somehow, it's not really coming through with the oboe. It's weird. It didn't sound. I didn't hear the clarinet. Maybe my computer is struggling a little bit. It's like lagging. It's not responding the way it should. Maybe it's the I have to probably change the legato or. Wow, this is weird. Yeah, my computer is not doing what it should be doing. Right there. It's not sounding. Like it sometimes does and sometimes it doesn't. Why is it doing that? Now it's working. Maybe it's I don't know if it's something to do with the settings here. Man, that's weird. Anyways, let's try it. It's working now. But okay. Well, I was talking and I messed myself up. Let's try again. Oh yeah. Highlight both. Oh, that didn't do it. There you go. Lagging a little bit. It's weird. Okay, so let's try. Maybe we do one at a time and just copy it over. Let's just see how that sounds. Yeah, it lagged again. That's so weird. Okay, let's see if it plays back any better. Let's see here. So from here to there, it's kind of worrisome that it's not actually triggering when it should trigger, but maybe it's just live playing is different than when it actually tries to play it back. I did play wrong notes somewhere here. Da-da-da, right here. Da-na. This one's just a bit rushed. Overlap that. good. There should be this. Do do do. So let's fix that. And should we re-attack? I think there should be a re-attack there. Yeah, I think that needs to be there. Oops. Good. And then I'll just replace that. Something like that. Maybe that's a little too much. Yeah, and then this timing might be just better if I can just get this to copy over this way. It's overlapping just a bit. Huh, maybe too much now. Let's re-record that. Okay. Good. Da-da. Right there, that needs to overlap. There you go. And a little crescendo should help. Okay, so let's add that into this section. Oboe. Okay, let's bring that volume down just a bit. Bit shorter on that. Maybe not as quiet here. That's tricky. And this one's a little bit too quiet, I feel. Guy Shard, you recently discovered some artists, composer have synesthesia. Yeah, Billie Eilish. Oh, I didn't know she had it. Billy Joel too. That's cool. Yeah, synesthesia. Who's the famous one I learned? Scriabin. Is that the one? Yeah, I believe he was the one that back in the classical days or something. But yeah, no, that's cool. I don't have synesthesia. Do you happen to have that? Because it's hard to articulate it, right? Until someone explains it a certain way, and then you can visualize color and the sound. I mean, sound with the color. Okay, so let's move on. So maybe we do this first phrase, and we might have time to do a little bit of some harmony here, um, or at least some planning of it. So we can go back to our strings and maybe add just a pad as an idea. Oh, that's nice. Okay, so I'll just add this in for now. It's not, it's just a scratch take, but I think this will help at least get some inspiration. So let's go ahead and put this in like so. Let's turn off the pedal. Cool. Sounds good. I mean, if you're in a hurry and you were composing something on the fly, you could probably get away with just doing this, like a certain number of layers, like the pad, the bass line, which is here on the piano, and then the melody, and you can call it good. But I want to do a little bit more and kind of follow what the Nobuo Uematsu's original voice leading. A little bit more in that regard with this would be fun. So maybe we do that next, just to see how this all fits together. Okay, so first off, this stuff here is like strings, I think. So I'm just gonna put it in violin. Guy says, I only see the color of music in my head, not visually. Yeah. Yeah, I'm the same way. I don't think I can see music as color. You know, it's a very cool thing. Just it's like some people can think thoughts in their head, some people can't. I hear so, or hear their thoughts in their head. I guess similar idea. Okay, so let's bring this up, and I'm just gonna quickly do this just because I'm out of time here, just to kind of get us started for next time. Oh, I have to merge it, or else it'll record over that. Okay. All right. Good. Before I do anything else, I need to bring this down. So it's a little bit behind the beat, right? Even with the velocity up. So let's bring this forward just a bit. Cool. Let's do this actually with both of these violins. Cool. And we could probably extend that out a bit. So I'm wondering if we should change that note. What's the first note? Or let's go down and let's just see how it goes. Right there. We're going to cut off on beat 4. And let's push this forward a little bit more. Okay. I'll start a little bit louder. Alright. Oops, this is too long. Okay, here, it would be cool to do this tenuto thing that Spitfire offers. Yeah, like that. Okay, so I think we're okay there. One other thing I was just gonna do then is do this same thing. This is like the tenuto for the CSS. Cool. Okay. A couple other things I'll do is add brass to this. So the brass part is right here on this bottom half. For now, maybe just doing the horns and trombone. Let's just do that. So, yeah, I'm not sure which notes should play here at the very end, but okay, we just gotta bring this up. Let's try it and just play them together. Let's just see how that sounds. A little bit louder. Also, let's play them in front of the beat just a bit. And overlap just a bit. Here we go. A little too loud. Ah, sorry. There you go. Yeah. There's something about these notes are a bit behind the beat, I feel. So let's see if we can fix that. Oh, oops. There's actually one more. I thought this was a crescendo part. Maybe we just go down. Let's draw it in. Same thing here. Then we need to go probably this one again. G. we'll split it. That's where the crescendo will be. Okay. Okay. I don't know why I went back in that screen, but that's it. So for now, this is what we have. And we'll add to this section next time. We'll once we have fresh ears, and go from there. We should be able to finish by next week. I think this is have a good lesson in just some more emotional, slow legato playing or programming in this case, and also learning the theory and just understanding some of the chord progressions here on a deeper level. Again, I'm covering a lot of stuff that I like with the music that I grew up with. This is like, stuff I played when I was a teenager, and it's just so cool now that I'm much older, to revisit this like 20 years from then, and then go from there. So let's try playing this through and see how this sounds from the very beginning. I do apologize. My computer sometimes lags when we're playing really CPU intensive stuff, so there might be some clicks and pops. Please ignore that. And let's go ahead without further ado. I'll go ahead and open up these notes and press play. All right. Yeah, that's going to be a nice little moment in the music. Yeah, well, thank you for everyone who's watching. I just saw Cheyenne Missouri on board. Hey, how's it going? Jamie, thank you, thank you. Yeah, you know how it feels to revisit music from your youth. Yeah, it's a trip, and you realize like there's some magic that that really drew you ahead of time, when you're young, and there's just certain like chord progressions or certain tones in the instruments that just really made it magical. So now as an adult you're kind of revisiting this just to try to like recreate that. So it's really neat. I will go ahead and try to do another stream next week, so stay tuned, and I will see you guys next time. Till then, take care, and I'll see you later.